in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. And sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The light of the day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on.
Stupid audio recorder. Thank you for HDing my audio for me. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Karma is such a sweetheart. Okay, let's go. Where are we? Right here. I should get my echoey thing out, but lazy. You really are a handful, handful, handful. But a delightful handful. His words kept repeating in my head. I cannot stop hearing his voice and feeling his lips on my hand. My face feels warm, and every time I think about his words, my heartbeat feels unsteady. I really have to stop thinking about that. Karma is karma, and he puts on that overly polite act with everyone. And then I am pretty sure I have never seen him do something like that with another person. I'll just go downstairs and stop thinking about all of this. I need to tell Parfait and Delora what happened. No, you don't! You literally up and defied what they told you not to do. Don't go and tell them that you did what you weren't supposed to, girl. Because by the time we returned to the march yesterday, I never spoke to anyone about what happened. And it is a perfect idea not to. Maybe someone's downstairs. Someone usually is. I leave my room and make my way downstairs to the reception. God, what a terrible idea. It is quiet when I enter, but it's not silent as I thought it would be. Karma is sitting at one of the tables and speaking quietly with Parfait and Delora. His injured hand is sitting on the table, bandaged. I cannot help but stare at it, my heart plummeting. His injury is my fault. So, have you yet to hear the entire story? No, I'm afraid not quite. Privy to the information, Waltz has. Is that correct? My ferret is having a fucking fit. Waltz has been directly involved in this far longer than you have. Sorry, I'm distracted. What about Waltz? Hi, guys! Princess, you're up early. Yep. They all turn to look at me as I stand at the table. Karma still looks tired and is not in his dress. He looks somber, but still smiles at me. Sexto, nice of you to join us. Is it now that we're really getting into Karma's story, he's just gonna stop wearing a dress so we can really get attracted to him? Is that what's gonna happen here? Because I'm okay with that. Stop playing with that, you little shit. When did he start saying my name without my title? Sexto, you've run into a lot of different mishaps this week, haven't you? No. I thought you would be stubbornly avoiding work. Instead, you go out of your way to get yourself in trouble. I was going to tell them. Thanks, though. This involves me directly. How could I not be curious? You've also been irresponsible, sneaking out without any of us knowing. Teenagers. I have the freedom to do whatever I want to. I even wore a cloak, too. Oh no, the cloak. I left it at the bar. I feel a nudge at my arm and Karma's holding out my cloak with a tired smile. Sleep! You're gonna die! You went back to get this. When? Yesterday when you were still in bed. Go sleep! Please! You need it. Oh my gosh, I hope you can't hear that whining. You've been running yourself dry these few days, Karma. It's nothing. You haven't slept! Thank you. Goodness. What's this? Our ice princess is thanking someone. No! Why is that something so strange? Oh, come now. She's not so icy. Icy. Sexto is more fire than anything. She's filled with the unbridled passion and confidence. The passion. Confidence that has gotten me nowhere so far. Don't look so dour, Don't look so dour, Sexto. You've become quite the accomplished woman. I haven't done shit. The only thing I have in my life is Mr. Broom, and we've had some moments that I'm not proud of. Karma gestures towards me. I flush, unsure of what he is talking about. Then I notice Dolores' eyes are on me, too. Oh, Parfait, do you see that? What? What are they looking at? I reach down to grab my necklace and then pause. I cannot stop the gas that leaves my lips. Oh, hey, cool! When did this happen? Princess, you didn't realize that you were on that there was an extra piece on your necklace. Congratulations, Princess Sexto! You're one step closer to breaking your curse. I feel proud. I only ever felt this way around my mother. She did me a great favor yesterday. If not for Sexto, I might have suffocated beneath a pile of very excited women. Wait, helping Karma escape was a good deed? I guess. She was selfless. He's not even mentioning the injury he got protecting me. Parfait and Delora are both smiling, but the cheerful mood does not last long. What were you all talking about before I came down? About your kidnapping. Well, kidnappings, both of them. It looks like we have a serious problem on our hands. What do you know about this? What does Waltz know that I don't know? What does Waltz have to do with anything? Princess, it's more about what everyone else knows that you don't. Oh, great. What everyone else knows? I feel anger begin to simmer inside of me. Even though he looks apologetic, he says it so casually. What are you all hiding from me? Oh yeah, step up, Delora, what's up? Let's gather everyone later, shall we? I think Waltz might want to be here for this, too. What does Waltz have to do with any of it? Be patient, Princess. You've already waited this long. What's another few hours? I have no choice but to agree when Parfait and Delora refuse to say any more, but I'm not happy about it. I spend the rest of my time doing idle chores around the tavern. I do a round of sleeping with Mr. Brew and mindlessly organize some of the bottles. I cannot believe everyone knows something about me that I don't. But now I'll find out the entire story. Maybe it'll answer some of my questions I have. But why are they keeping things about me a secret to begin with? Delora gathers everyone in the tavern to discuss the kidnappings. I decide to sit in between Waltz and Karma. They're both very warm. So we have a story to tell. Oh, great. Story time, huh? I don't suppose it would be a romance, would it? No. Shut the fuck up. Why did she change? Whatever, I guess. How can you stand to make comments like that constantly? That's a good question. How can you stand to live a lie? Hey, boys! Boys! Girls, ladies, you're both pretty, okay? Karma's a little prettier, but doesn't matter. The two glare at each other across the table, but Delora silences them. Delora starts with a story about the Great War, one that I have already heard so many times and I can recite it myself. What does any of this have to do with me? Because of the fairy tales, witches like myself were punished for simply existing. Our leader, the Tenebrarum Bearer, was kind witch that was overtaken by the grief of that our people suffered. She was driven into far madness that she created the fairy tale curse to punish humans and make them suffer as witches had. And when that wasn't enough, she committed the ultimate taboo. She killed a human. Taboo. I tried to stop her, but by the time I thought to act, it was too late. Oh god. Knowing that Delora and Parfait were involved in the Great War makes it seem more real. It wasn't the Tenebrarum Bearer wasn't the Tenebrarum Bearer killed? How can the fairy tale curse continue to spread if she is dead? I believe that Tenebrarum Bearer sacrificed the last bit of her life to continue powering the Tenebrarum. Goodness. All to ensure that the remaining witches could continue spreading the fairy tale curse. Is none of this ringing a bell for you? What are you talking about? She really did erase your memories. What? Erase? Of course it was! The Tenebrarum Bearer was your mother, the witch died, Princess Sexto. Of course it was. Of course I didn't like her. Of course! Oh, it makes so much sense now why she was such a bitch to humans. It all makes sense. Oh, it's all coming together. How do you people know this? What? Who'd she kill then? Herself? For some reason I turned to look at Karma, who is one of the only people who doesn't look away from me. I grew up outside of this kingdom, but even I knew the terrible witch. Fuck that, I'm gonna call her Hillary! You make the connection if you want. I'm not saying anything. You expect me to believe any of this? mother was... She wasn't a witch. I remember that. Guys. Well, you would if you had memories of the war, the years before that. Under Hilary's rule, this palace was a dark place. The palace was a dark place. The king didn't have a real power until Hillary was defeated. I can't... Every time I say her name, Hillary, makes me laugh. That goes to the rest of us. For the rest of us, too. We were slaves to Hillary. Dolores' eyes flicker to Waltz. It's the truth. Waltz knows because he is also... Can I distinguish the difference between a male witch and a female witch? One is a wizard, one is a witch. This doesn't make any sense. Witch is the pronoun for a female witch or person of user of magic. Wizard is the male pronoun for a person of magic. Please! That just bugs me. Well, I guess it can change depending on the scenario, but that's how I believe it should be. I'm stuck in the Harry Potter world. Thank you very much. He experienced Hilary's command over the witches firsthand as well. Wait. Why does Waltz, if he's that, then why is he cursed? Waltz is a wizard! Sorry for keeping it a secret, princess. It's not if I can use much magic anymore anyway. Not when I'm cursed. Why are you cursed? Are you like Dolores' son? Because that'd be cute as fuck! This is just another secret of many. It seems everyone is hiding something. Well, yep. Everyone was freed after Hilary's reign. Witches, fairies, and humans alike. The king was even able to marry Ophelia, the woman he always truly loved. Boom! Alright. So it has always been Ophelia that he truly loved. Was that the reason I never felt any love for him? Because I was my mother's daughter? Ouch. He gave up on me. Boom! No, dear, I don't think he... Yo, he gave up on me! My voice is too loud in the reception area. I feel it crack beneath the pressure, and suddenly I want to cry. But my mother told me so many times not to cry. King gave up on me, but my mother didn't. Mother would tell me this was all a lie. She would tell me not to trust anyone. They must be lying. I turned to Karma for some reason. I trust him more than I trust Laura Parfait right now. Is this the truth? I was told the story of... I can't pronounce that name. I just... Hillary. And her daughter, Sexto. They said you were the picture of elegance. That you shared your mother's icy nature. Ouch! But I don't think that's true at all. If Hillary was ice, then you most certainly are as warm as fire. If my mother was a witch, then what does that make me? You're a witch as well, whether or not you were ever taught to use magic. On your upcoming birthday, you will become the tough fucking hell's bells! What? The Teneburo Bear. That's not a good thing! Do you realize how ridiculous this all sounds? Me, a witch, a king never said anything. And now I cannot even ask him if it's the truth because I'm cursed. Why would you even curse me? Well, we didn't want a repeat of the tragedy, Sexto. I sat on your shelves almost a year. Princess, oh, Delora. There was an ice in your heart, and you hadn't... If you had inherited the Teneburum in that state, you know what would have happened. Then why didn't you just tell me any of this? Delora and Parfait look at each other before dropping their gazes to the ground. If we had told you before, would you have even bothered to listen? The king must have tried to do the same thing, and look how that turned out. You shut out everyone who ever tried to tell you about Hilary's true nature. That's probably true. Even now I'm having trouble believing that they are telling me the truth. Whole world feels like it's collapsing around me. I need to escape, need to go out and be somewhere else, but... Why are the witches looking for me? You are the heir to the Teneburum. No doubt the evil witches want you on their side so they can continue wreaking havoc and yell with the fairy tale curse. Blah. The men that were looking for Sexto were not witches, though. They were knights. Yeah. Perhaps the witches and the knights are working together. Well, that's a thing. This might be part of Alcaster's scheme to steal the throne. Oh god, there's so much going on! Oh, he's stealing the throne. What are you talking about? The reason why Garland and I left the Order of Caldera was because the king did not believe us about Alcaster's coup. How would he know of the princess's identity, though? Anyone who isn't a witch, a fairy, or isn't cursed shouldn't be able to remember her. But now we know that it is not just the witches looking for the princess, but the Knights of the Order of Caldera as well. They definitely have a description of her from someone. As you get Sexto. I don't know what to think about all this. It's all just coming in at once. Can't handle it. Karma reaches out a hand to touch my shoulder, and I flinch back before standing up. I cannot speak about this now. I need to go play video games or something. I want to be alone. Let her go. She'll need a lot of time to think. Well, shit. I leave everyone sitting at the table as I try to process the whirling thoughts in my head. My mother, the only person I ever thought loved me, was the Tenebro Emperor, a witch. The first witch to kill a human. Great. The witch that started the fairy tale curse. All this time I thought Mother was the only one who cared, but what if she never did? I stayed in my room for a long time, trying to process everything I had been told. God damn. Days go by. I decided to leave the tavern again to watch Karma practice with the knights. These last few days I felt hollow. Maybe seeing the normal practice will help me feel better. Maybe it will make things like feel like nothing's changed. When I arrive at the forest, only Karma is standing in the clearing. Are we gonna have a moment? He's staring through the trees as if he sees something there, but his expression is solemn, almost sad. Eventually he sighs, shaking his head before turning in my direction. Hey baby, nice clothes. Sexto, hi! God, I'm allergic to you. I prepare myself for a reason, but find that no words come to mind. I have not spoken to Karma since the talk about Mother and witches, and any of the ease I felt with him before I slipped away. Still, I came here on my own, and I cannot just stand here being mute. I say the first thing that comes to mind. Where are Julian and Garland? Sorry, I had to look at something. I only returned with Garland and Julian on patrol duty night. I'll be here later. I just came early. It seems you did too. Sexto, are you okay? I'm sorry I haven't been by to see you. Good God, well. It's not as if you owe that to me. I don't owe it to you, but I truly wanted to. I've just been busy these last few days getting the town for information. As much as I want you to come with me. Why would you ever have wanted to pair up with someone like me anyway? Why, Princess, that's because I am bitter and cold, and even though I want to change, all I can think about is myself. But now I want to change because I do not want to be the same as my mother. Isn't that selfish? Maybe so, but I believe you are being selfish for the right reasons. Can you be selfish for the right reasons? An entirely selfless person can't survive in this world. Before we can make others happy, we have to be happy ourselves. Oh, the advice is so true. Happy. Ourselves? Yes, an angry person holds resentment towards towards everyone, and it mars whatever good deeds they seek to do. That is why I cannot complete my good deeds. Wrong, you've already got one done. There you go. But that was an accident. Recognizing the need for a change is always a good thing, Sexto. Regardless of the motivation, you're trying to become a better person. That is what matters. He takes a step toward me, then puts his hand on my shoulder and leans down until I can look right into his eyes. How tall are you? Karma's serious expression startles me as much as his touch. It is never too late for anyone to change. You taught me that. Oh! What? How could I have taught Karma anything? Do you mind if I tell you a story, Sexto? About your curse? That'd be fantastic! I assume it's don't move. What? What do you mean, no comments? Bitch! This is a guide! Give me a fucking comment! You know what? I'm gonna save just in case. Fucking guide fucking me over. Okay, alright. So I'm not gonna move. I think that's the right one. This person in the guide's like, no comment. Fuck you. With his face so close, all I can do is stare right into his eyes. Karma's hands tighten on my shoulder and for a few moments I feel a slight panic rising in my chest. Then Karma steps away from me with a rough shake of his head. Karma? Next time you do what? Touch me? Next time I do that, Sexto, feel free to push me away. What? What's going on? I don't even know if we did the right thing. What? Better that way. What? What does he mean by that? Sorry, I have like a hand in front of my mouth. You never answered. Will you listen to my story? Yes! Alright, tell me. Did I even pick the right thing? Okay, before he starts this, I need to know if I picked... God, don't do that. I need to know if I picked the right one, because it's gonna bug me. Take a step away from Karma's hands. Then he sighs out. I'm sorry if you hear those gunshots. Somebody's compensating for their tiny dick out there. For what? Yes! Thank you! Fuck you, guide! For agreeing to listen. And for what you just did. Stepping away from him? Was I distracting him? Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a crown prince from a kingdom called... Bahamas. Okay. Brugantia, I'm gonna say, is one of the neighboring kingdoms, so this isn't make-believe. His name was Claude Adric, not even gonna bother with the rest of those words, but because his name was such a mouthful, he settled with an Anchrome as a nickname, at least around the palace, where it was acceptable. Claude Adric... Oh, oh, his initials spell Karma, fuck that. Karma. Prince Claude was a man who flaunted his beauty and talents to all that he met. He often used his title to get whatever he wanted. Prince Claude was a selfish man who felt that he was entitled to everything that he had. He was vain and often left his castle unattended so that he could avoid his responsibilities. Then one day he chanced upon a beautiful maiden in the town square. He led her around the whole day, being as charming as he possibly could. And then at the end of the day, he asked the woman to be his lover. She agreed, but their time together did not last long. Stop compensating for your tiny dick, you little shotgun weasel. Shotgun weasel, yep, go me. Only weeks later, Prince Claude threw her away, as one throws away an object, and broke the woman's heart. And she cursed him. Wow, okay. That beautiful maiden was a witch, but Prince Claude found out too late. The witch said she would make his beauty, his vanity, a curse. To make even beauty a curse. Ashamed of being cursed, Prince Claude donned a disguise and left his kingdom behind. He has been gone for nearly a year now, and most probably assumed he is dead. Rip Karma. But in truth, the prince had come to Angel seeking a way to break his curse. He had heard a young lady named Sexto who, on her 18th birthday, could dispel any curse. Oh, magic! Karma. Wait, aren't we like 17? He looks so sad, I don't know how to comfort him. Claude. Oh! This is, God. Karma. Claude turns a startling red as he stares at me for a few moments as he does not speak. He then bursts out laughing. I'm gonna punch you! I stare at him in shock, not understanding his reaction. I feel myself flush. Isn't that your real name? No, darling, it is, but hear you say my name. Well, it sounds so much softer out of your lips. I rather like it. Oh, but I like Karma so much better. My cheeks are warm again. She gets so red. How is it he is always able to make me feel this way? I would call you by that name if it makes you so happy. Let's make it a secret between us two. The two of us. It's still Miss Karma here, miss. Besides, I'd rather you kept the name for my years only. It makes me feel more special that way. More special. At that moment, Garland shows up for practice and Claude politely excuses himself. I watch the two of them trade blows. Almost said bows. I can't say that name, it's so weird. Claude favors his other hand, but his blows still come quickly, even with his injury. The more Claude tells me, the more I realize that he's, like me, a noble curse for being selfish. But how do I help break his curse? Why can't he tell me? I wonder what it is. Does he have to, like, fall in love with somebody? As practice is drawing to a close, Claude asks Garland the usual question. Have you confessed to Jurian yet? Come on. Garland only shakes his head in reply. Don't make me do it for you. The two men sheath their swords. Garland looks almost sad as he turns to make his way back to the tavern. He likes her and yet he won't say anything. Why is that frustrating me so much? Garland. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, it doesn't matter. You have to tell her. Claude told me before that confessing is hard, but what Garland is going through looks even harder. Princess, you know I'm incapable. No, you think you're incapable, but if you never say anything to her, you'll never know. If I say something wrong, I'll risk losing everything that I already have with her. And if you say nothing, you'll risk losing what you could have with her. Boom! Boom! High five, Karma! I did that without a guide. Sexto was right. Maybe you should tell her, Garland. I like how his name is Claude now, by the way. But before Claude was adamant that Garland shouldn't confess to Julianne, what changed? Oh god, sorry. If I mess this up, do you need me to write you a script? Let's try looking at it through another lens. Imagine that Julianne is Sexto. How do you think she would like to be confessed to? Slap you, almost slap you. I frown at the two men, arms crossed. Excuse me? Well, you and Julianne are very similar. You're both very straightforward. Confess to the princess. Do it, Garland, do it. My eyes move to Claude, but only fleetingly before they are once again on Garland. You just need to do something simple, Garland. Something that will not rub her the wrong way. A maiden's heart is very fragile, and each woman is different. Claude is wearing an amused smile on his face, but he's looking at me, not Garland. I feel my face flush and I have to look away. Sexto, your tomato red again. It's adorable. Shh, shut the fuck up. I cross my arms over my rapidly beating heart again and force a scowl on my face. No, I was just thinking about what Garland could do. Jeez. Something simple, like when Karma kissed my hand, yeah. Garland kissing Julianne's hand is probably not a good idea. That hand will retract and slap that boy right upside the head. Maybe he could do what Claude and I did that one day in town. He can buy her some food and then just talk. Garland, have you ever just asked Julianne out for food? Not alone. Julianne is practical and she always eats at the tavern. She's always on duty if she's available. I'll take her patrol shift 2 nights from now then. And tomorrow you can ask her out for a meal. Oh. We can make your invite a grand affair. We can drape banners on the walls, or I could give you a rose. Yeah, that's not over the top. That sounds like a terrible idea. I'm offended. I feel like if I did something like that for Julianne, she would get embarrassed and punch me. You know, I'm glad we were thinking the same way here, dude. Sounds like another lady that I know. Shut up. Claude grins at me and I just roll my eyes. Garland, just ask her normally, and then when you are out and alone together, you can confess. And we'll make sure you have the time to do it. I'll purposely come late to practice tomorrow night so you can ask her out for the date. How does that sound? You two really think I can do this? He's squinting at me. Don't squint at me. I believe in you. You just have to ask the question. Whatever follows will at least be an answer. Tomorrow night, then. Tomorrow night. Good man! I'm sure it will go swimmingly. Or I could drown. You won't drown, Garland. You will not swim. Garland excuses himself with a nervous smile before Claude turns to me expectantly with a mischievous grin. Now, Sexto, we'll come here early tomorrow and spy on them. Yes! I like the way you think! We need to scope out a good spot. Spy on them? Sexto, get with it! This is great! I love the way you think! Now, of course, we need to make sure that our efforts pay off. I don't think we should. You don't want to see how it plays out. I do. I immediately shake my head, unable to put my emotions into words. For some reason, I imagine myself in Julianne's position. It feels too personal. Claude's likelessness, suddenly springs into... Why is it whenever I trip on a word, the whole sentence just goes shit? Suddenly springs to my mind, and I feel my face grow hot again. God damn it! Sexy, you've been nothing out of it today. No kidding! Claude reaches out a hand toward me, then abruptly pulls away. You really just cannot keep your hands away. I stare as he smiles at me, almost sheepishly. The conversation between us dies and we return to the Martian. Okay. That was nice. I'm gonna end this here. It actually went on 10 minutes more than I wanted it to. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!